So basically what I mean when working with your coil on your positive move to be able to control that movement forward when your back hip, what I mean is by the time that you start with your front foot to attack the pitcher, my backside is supposed to be the one leading that movement. If that makes sense, like instead of you going forward here, closing your hips, which that's what we're supposed to do, engage with that back hip. But as soon as you start moving forward, you're losing that position just because you're going there. That's one of the main reasons why it's hard for us to let the ball travel. Something that I want you to realize is that you have more time than you think. No, because we're trying to hit the ball up front necessarily means that our first movement, by the time that we get into our launch position, we have to start opening that front side and spinning off with that front side, with that front shoulder. The way how I like to do it, there's some tools out there that you can kind of pretty much like drain your backside. You can just try to put like a baseball on your back foot here to just kind of like elevate your toes and feel only training and isolating you moving forward how you screw that back heel into the ground, working down and around of the back leg. That's another reason that when you're doing your load, engaging with your back hip, even before you move forward and you're doing that, that's one of the reasons that I'm not a big fan of, because we want to work down and compress instead of start like shifting back, then start spinning without having the ground yet. The only way how can we create an explosive rotation with a better direction to try to create more like a linear move. Linear move mean, or it's going to help me to create more time having that barrel entering the strike zone and stay in the zone as long as possible, instead of start creating those movements where I work east to west, just spinning off the ball just because I want to get that bat out there and immediately start coming off the zone. So going back to the drill, or the way how I want you to train that back leg to help you to lead that movement forward, again, try to start elevating your toes from your back foot and let the back heel lead that movement forward. So you want to go there and land into that position there. That's one. And two, when you're doing your load into the back hip that you're getting there, don't go and start shifting going here to then I start going from here and start opening as soon as you start moving forward. Try to think like you're gonna go down and compress, pretty much like when you open a pill bottle that you compress, then you rotate after. That's pretty much the way I want you to think about how to use that back leg instead of just shifting and having that big movement of like rocking back like this, then it start opening as soon as I start moving forward, even though that I do the proper coil early on my swing, but I just lose it way too early. Again, try to think, you're gonna work down and around of that back leg. Here, look at my head position. I start like this height and up like this with this posture, then I go there. I try to keep that back knee in front of that back foot instead of just like having that back knee going from here, right? When I get into that position, that's when I stack so much weight on the backside. Pretty much like loading my quad, and the only way how can I get out of that position is pushing off the ground, which that's probably one of the reasons too that your body's telling you like you have to rush to get out of that position. And the best way to do is when you start just like opening your hips early in your swing, even before you get into that lunge position where we're looking to look at something like that. You can isolate that coil move from your hips, working with that positive move, working with your feet together and going here. I'm creating enough front hip and back shoulder separation there, not because I'm trying to push my hands away from my body like most people like to work on it, just because I'm working across my body, leading that or letting that backside lead that movement forward. So you can, for that positive move, again, here when the back foot, boom, and then you go. It's gonna feel kind of uncomfortable at the beginning, but you're just trying to train and get used to that feel of that. This is what you want to feel. You want to feel this over that, or even worse, over that when you start losing your backside too as well. That's why being efficient with the backside is extremely important. The backside is the driver. But the front side, it gave up on me just like opening that front side way too early. I'm not going to be able to deliver and rotate with a good direction, delivering that barrel into the good direction just because my front side is giving up on me way too early. And another thing that you can do to just kind of like work on that back leg when you're doing that leg kick, start up like the same setup that you have. It doesn't really matter from the way from where you start, as long as you're going down. It's down, compressing and working it around on the back leg instead of shifting and working, pretty much pushing off the ground or spinning off the ground with your hips. Kind of like feeling that. Eyes on the pitcher, eyes on the tee, and then you hit. And if you have any questions about like how to use that backside that I mentioned that is so important, just let me know. And also how to work against or screwing that back heel into the ground while you move forward. There, trying to feel this instead of that or that.